Ordered to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars over claims he sexually harassed his tenants. Hear from a victim coming up.
So if Andy were to have committed this crime today, he never would have even been charged as an adult. He wouldn't have had a life sentence. He wouldn't have been sent to an adult prison.
How a change in state law could give the man convicted in the deadly Santana High School shooting an early chance at freedom.
If you've received one of these in the mail, here's how you should move forward to protect your information.
Stretching his legs and his limits. The San Diego man hiking 10,000 miles to help kids with cancer.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts right now.
He just made me feel like I was, just a piece of meat or something to him.
New tonight, a San Diego landlord has been ordered to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to women who were tenants over claims of sexual harassment. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Kirsten Holmes, in tonight for Marcella Lee. CBS 8 Shannon Handy sat down with one of those victims today. She shares her story and how the landlord is now responding in this case.
The landlord in this case owns properties that cater to low-income housing. Tenants say he used his position and their vulnerability to make unwanted sexual advances, which violates the Fair Housing Act.
Yeah, I felt like this is really what I have to resort to take care of my family.
Ashley Nelson first met her former landlord, Ron Neary, when she applied to live in an apartment complex he owned.
5 minutes after I left his office, he was texting me, asking me, since I approved your application, what do you think about going out to dinner with me?
Ashley is a single mom of 2 children.
You done?
Knowing she needed a place for them to live, she said nothing. That is until a couple weeks later, when she claims his advances got forceful while giving her a tour of a potential unit.
And he got me in a bedroom and started running his hands up my shirt, trying to run them down my pants. And I had to physically put my hands on him and push him off of me and tell him, get the hell off of me.
Soon after, Ashley says Neary started harassing her in other ways by pointing cameras at her door or showing up unannounced. She came forward after receiving a letter from an attorney seeking information about Neary. It turns out other women, specifically those who were single and low income, had similar experiences, saying he would sometimes threaten them with eviction if they didn't comply.
They didn't accept his date, or they didn't accept his kiss, or they pushed him away, or they would throw him out of the apartment. And we're talking about a man that would enter the apartment without permission.
Estela de los Rios is the executive director of CSA San Diego County, a government-funded agency which works to uphold and enforce fair housing laws. The nonprofit filed a complaint in federal court against Neary on behalf of 3 women. A settlement was just reached in the case. Neary was ordered to pay the victims a total of $275,000 in damages and change the way he does business. De los Rios says it sets a precedent.
And hopefully he will learn that sexual harassment is a major violation and he won't do this again.
Ashley can only hope, saying she wishes criminal charges were brought against Neary. Either way, she's proud for speaking up.
Just having, the courage to stand up to him meant a lot to me.
As for Neary, he denies the allegations, telling CBS 8, there is no determination of guilt or liability on my part in the court agreement. The decision to settle was a business decision. Shannon Handy, CBS 8.
Thank you, Shannon. The San Diego Unified School District has failed to properly respond to sexual harassment complaints brought forward by students. That is according to new findings from the U.S. Department of Education. Investigators looked at more than 250 claims over a 3-year period, which involve reports of misconduct by both district employees and students. They found the district more often than not did not fulfill its Title IX requirement to equitably respond to allegations of sex discrimination. San Diego Unified has agreed to a number of steps aimed at improving their response to complaints, including reviewing prior complaints to see if further action is needed.
After 3 days of deliberations, a man charged with killing a woman inside her Rancho Penasquitos condo has been found not guilty of first-degree murder. The jury deadlocked on the count of second-degree murder against Parrish Chambers Jr., but they did convict him of battery and false imprisonment. Chambers is charged with breaking into Nahal Dadka's condo and beating her to death in June of 2022. The two had dated for 3 years. It's not clear if Chambers will stand trial again on the deadlocked counts. A status hearing is scheduled for later this month. A man accused of stabbing a bus driver in what prosecutors call a brutal and unprovoked attack made his first court appearance today. 50-year-old Mario Felix pleaded not guilty to charges of first-degree attempted murder and attempted robbery. Prosecutors say Felix viciously stabbed the driver of an MTS bus a dozen times Wednesday night at the Escondido Transit Center after he was refused a free ride. The district attorney's office provided us with these images from that night. The driver is still in the hospital, but we are told is expected to survive. Felix is being held without bail. Governor Gavin Newsom is threatening to take money from cities and counties that fail to clear out homeless encampments, saying he needs to see more results.
Yeah, his warning comes after he was seen picking up debris with Caltrans crews under a freeway in Los Angeles. 2 weeks ago, he signed an executive order directing state agencies to move urgently in clearing encampments. Newsom's office has invested more than $27 billion to address homelessness since 2019. San Diego County was awarded $22 million last year to help clear riverbed encampments, and that work is ongoing. National City's mayor says an encampment ban would make enforcement efforts a lot easier.
Because we're finding out that at least 90% of the people, the homeless that we approach, they won't accept any help.
The mayor tells us he expects an encampment ban proposal to come before his city council in the coming weeks. We reached out to Caltrans to see if they're stepping up efforts in light of Newsom's order, and they told us they will continue to follow its guidelines and directives from the governor's office. Hundreds of Sharp healthcare workers rallied outside the company's headquarters, demanding higher pay and better working conditions. The union, SEIU, United Healthcare Workers West, represents everyone who works at Sharp. They say they're out to get Sharp executives' attention. Workers say they're having a hard time making ends meet. In a statement, Sharp Healthcare said it has an employee retention rate of nearly 90%, which is among the highest in the state for hospital systems.
Ticketmaster is sending letters to customers nationwide notifying them their information was stolen in a data breach earlier this year.
Yeah, CBS 8's Isabella Roberts talked with a cybersecurity expert about the steps customers should take to protect their information.
If you bought something off Ticketmaster recently, you might want to check your mailbox to see if you've received one of these in the mail, letting you know your information's been stolen.
Will they fix it? Absolutely. Will they do a better job going forward? Absolutely. It will not happen again. No one can promise that.
In April of this year, a third-party organization that stored the data of Ticketmaster users was hacked and information was stolen from over 500 million users.
Ultimately, Ticketmaster is responsible because we're the ones going to their website, putting our account information in their system, and we're expecting them to protect our information.
I spoke with cybersecurity expert David Wolf about the breach and what users should do to protect their information.
If I had a credit card stored in my Ticketmaster account, I'm going in and deleting it.
If you were one of the users affected, you should be receiving a notice in the mail letting you know ways you can monitor your accounts.
The steps they outline in the letter are absolutely what you should do.
In the letter sent to customers, Ticketmaster states, "We have been diligently investigating this incident with the assistance of outside experts and additionally taken a number of technical and administrative steps to further enhance the security of our systems and customer data." The company is offering credit monitoring services at no charge to those affected.
I want the monitoring on and I turn on credit freeze.
Wolf says that's the best way to stay vigilant.
People should take advantage of it. They're giving it to us at no charge because they have to. They screwed up. So now they have to make good on that.
But it's not just bank information to keep an eye on. Be aware of scam calls if your phone number is attached to your account.
If someone's calling you from Ticketmaster, Ticketmaster's not calling millions of people. That's not happening. You got a document in the mail telling you what happened and what to do about it. You're not going to get a phone call.
Wolf says even if the smallest thing seems suspicious, to call your bank immediately.
I'm using the new term, zero trust, always verify. Big business, it's not going to go away. We just have to get way more vigilant and protecting ourselves and stand up for ourselves. So.
In San Diego, Isabella Roberts, CBS 8.
Thank you, Isabella. Well, there are new efforts to revitalize and reopen the famed Starlight Bowl in Balboa Park.
The city of San Diego is looking for lease proposals from organizations or individuals interested in bringing the historic venue back to life. Specifically, they want to see plans for how interested parties would restore, operate, finance, and maintain the 3,600-seat amphitheater. The group Save Starlight has been working to preserve and reinvent the venue for years now.
Come up with this idea of creating an event space for the community, much lower key, fits better in the idea of the park, no loud, raging midnight concerts or activities, and I think it fits very well with what the park is about.
The city is accepting proposals through November 14th. Some help for San Diego students ahead of their first day of school. That's still ahead.
Plus, our Verified team breaks down what's fueling controversy surrounding an Algerian boxer at the Paris Olympics.
And later, the change in state law that could give the man convicted in the deadly Santana High School shooting an early chance at freedom.
We had lots of sunshine in the forecast for today. By this weekend, we're going to be talking about some cumulus clouds building over the mountains. But right now, we're just taking in the view from Mount Soledad Camp of that marine layer. We'll take a look at your complete forecast ahead.